This is the lecture for Robert Sparrow's article, Killer Robots. So the only topic to talk about is he uses the phrase "jus in bello" in the article, and you can look that up, but just to save you some time, and also to explain another related topic that does not come up in the article. In the philosophy of just war theory, where just is sort of like justice or fighting wars in ways that are, uh, you know, ethical. There's two kinds of phrases that we use: jus in bello and jus ad bellum. Jus in bello describes the rules that govern uh, how to fight a war, so the ethical rules that govern what kind of weapons you can use, who you can shoot at, when you can shoot at people, things like this. So these are the rules of war for fighting the war. And that's what we're talking about in this article, because we're talking about using drones and other, uh, you know, automatic weapons to fight. And then there's also jus ad bellum, which is the justice of sort of starting a war or beginning a war. So what sort of reasons are there for going to war? When is it okay to fight somebody in a war? And so traditional just war theory has separated these sorts of things. So the thought is that, well, we can decide whether or not the war is a just one in the first place, like whether or not people should be fighting. Also, whether or not people should be fighting, given that they're fighting, what rules govern how they should fight. And so that's how traditional just war theory has been. There are some philosophers who think that the sort of divide between the two is not a helpful one, in the sense that the rules that govern your conduct in war depend on whether or not you are sort of fighting a just war or not. So if the Nazis invade Poland and they should not have done this, maybe this means different things for the kinds of weapons they're allowed to use, the kind of people they're allowed to shoot at, compared to, if the Polish are defending against the Nazis, maybe they're allowed to do different sorts of things. So that doesn't come up in this article, but since we're talking about the ethical rules governing war, I figured it would be nice to have this kind of framework in the background, just so that you know a little bit about just war theory in philosophy.